Chef Cesar, the executive chef of Lexington Brass in New York. He became executive chef here at the age of 24. Chef Cesar is a CCAP graduate. CCAP is Careers to Culinary Arts program. While a CCAP student, Chef Cesar won a full scholarship to the French Culinary Institute and then later the Danielle Ballou CCAP scholarship to a famous cooking school in Lyon, France. There he learned to cook authentic French cuisine. Chef Cesar has worked at many of New York's best restaurants, such as Danielle and Michelin. As a successful CCAP graduate, Chef is now mentoring the next generation of CCAP interns and alumni. We met Chef Cesar at the CCAP 25th anniversary benefit. One thing we learned at the event is that he is a twin. And we loved his dish at his table, which was a beet-cured salmon with a black sushi chip. Which leads to our first question. Well, here's the black sushi chip. And so, Chef Cesar, we read about how you developed the black sushi chip. So, can you tell them the story?
For sure. So, the black sushi rice chip actually came by accident. It was a mistake. One of my cooks downstairs overcooked the sushi rice, and I'm not one to waste products, so I tried to figure out what we can do with the overcooked sushi rice instead of just throwing it out. And I started thinking, what's in the sushi rice? Well, sushi rice is composed of a lot of starch. And when you have a lot of starch, you can make something extremely crunchy.
Yeah.
So that's how the idea came about, which I basically pureed the rice with squid ink, and then I dehydrate it and fry it at 450 degrees, which produces the crackle and the puff.
And for how long did you fry it?
It's literally like maybe 5 to 10 seconds.
Oh, wow.
It's 5 to 10 seconds, and then you put, from frying the chip like that at a high temperature, it makes it puff, which in essence you get, you hear that? That's what you want to hear. Super crunchy, super light, super textured. It's cool, right? You can even play music. And then the sauce, that wasn't a mistake. I needed to figure something to go with it, not just the chip. So it's a sesame Greek yogurt sauce, just to balance out.
Yeah, I tried it. It was really good.
Cool.
So we learned about CCAP from Mr. Grousman. How did you hear about it?
Well, after I went to get my GED, and my GED program connected me with a school called Co-op Tech, and that's where I started cooking with Chef Edwin Cerna at Co-op Tech, and he connected me with Mr. Grousman so I can compete for the CCAP competition for scholarships. And Edwin Cerna trained me, and he connected me with CCAP and Richard Grousman. That's how I met him.
So what was the best part of your CCAP experience?
The best part, the connections. The impressive people who care just so much. They genuinely do care. It's not just a job. And the connections. They connected me to my first chef, Chris Levy, which in essence he connected me to Danielle. And Danielle connected me to so many things, and it was kind of like, it kept going from there, all because of the CCAP.
So what would you say out there to people who are thinking of getting into cooking as a job?
Think twice. Think twice, think hard. I'm not saying don't do it. Currently my little brother, he's 15 years old, and he's saying that he wants to cook, he wants to be a chef. Which me and my twin brother, we sat him down and we were like, we're not telling you no, we're not telling you yes, we're telling you these are the pros, these are the cons, just think about it. And he decided yes, and he's currently attending Food and Finance High School. But before I suggest anybody going to culinary school, I suggest working in a restaurant, in a professional restaurant for at least 6 months, just so you can get submerged with the environment. Because it's very hot, it's very intense, it's long hours, it's heavy work, but it's a beautiful art, it's very fulfilling. So there's many pros and there's also many cons. But I would suggest going for 6 months or something to go work.
So do you have any food memories from growing up that revolve around food?
Yes. When I was, how old were you girls? 8?
11.
11. Okay, I'm sorry.
It's fine.
When I was 8 years old, my mom would. My dad didn't want to let me go into the kitchen because he was just like, "No, you might cut yourself, you might burn yourself." My mom was like, "No, he needs to go into the kitchen. That way he can learn how to cook for himself and whatnot." And I remember peeling potatoes for my mom, peeling yuca, which is cassava. Just doing all these like minor tasks, just learning like minor little things, But well, when I think about it now, I wasn't learning how to peel potato. I wasn't learning how to peel yuca. I was learning much more. I was learning how to nourish people, how to feed people. And that at the end of the day is the most important thing.
Yeah.
What we do is we nourish people. We give people a good time. We give people a good experience. Make people smile.
Yeah. So, if you could have dinner anywhere in the world tonight, where would it be?
Ooh. Anywhere tonight, all over the world. That's tough. I would love to go have a meal at Benu, which is in San Francisco, in California. The chef there, his name is Corey Lee. He was the chef de cuisine at the French Laundry for 5 years before he opened up his own restaurant. And his restaurant is basically a French technique with Korean flavors, because he's a Korean. But he's just what I call a beast. He's just an animal in the kitchen. He really knows how to cook. He's well balanced with his food. And the chef that I work for at Daniel, they've worked with him also. So I'm very intrigued by him, what he's been doing.
And lastly, what do you think of this is a simple thing people can do to eat healthier?
So, stop. Just pause. Pause and take a quick, just think. Just put a little bit of thought into it before just going into a fast food restaurant, or before just going to a supermarket and grabbing stuff that's already pre-made for you. Just pause, because you can buy guacamole pre-made in a supermarket.
Yeah.
But the avocados and the onions and the limes and the cilantro are right next to it, and it's super easy. All you do is mash it up. I think that people should just put a little bit more thought. And just with that's it, just a little bit more thought. Even some research. You go online, you can find anything online. I think that's it.
Yeah. Well, thank you for coming and letting us interview you today, and thank you. Wait, what? Thank you for sharing your CCAP experience and taking your personal food stories here with us to tell us. We love meeting you at CCAP and trying one of your famous black rice sushi chips. Thank you.
Thank you so much for having me.
I'm Emily. And I'm Lyla. And we're the Kitchen Twins. And remember, fresh is best. Bye.